Hey there Cosmic Warriors, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video we are going to be taking a look at the revolution and the rebellion of those of you who have Uranus in your 7th house, or for those of you who have Aquarius ruling your 7th house, so an Aquarius descendant within your natal birth chart. Now, I also want to mention that this video may just resonate if you have an Aquarius Venus as well, okay? But before we do get into the video, what I want you to do is make sure that you give it a thumbs up if you do like it. And also, if you have not subscribed already, then make sure you do so in order to keep up to date with new content from myself, and click that little bell icon there too. And let us know in the comment section how you rebel against authority. How do you rebel against authority? And one quick thing to mention here before we do get into today's video, if you want to know more information all about your Uranus sign, along with your Uranus house, as well as your Aquarius house and your 11th house within your natal birth chart, then I have created an Aquarius season/archetype ebook. So what I am going to do is I'm going to provide a link to that ebook in the description box below so that you can pick up your copy today if you would like. Alright, so with all those introductions out of the way, Uranus in the 7th house / Aquarius ruling the 7th house, let's do this. Okay, so if you have Uranus in your 7th house, or Aquarius ruling your 7th house, or this Aquarius Venus, then you may rebel when it comes to your interpersonal one-on-one relationships. So let's say, for an example's sake, that you are a single individual with these placements. You may just view relationships in a completely different way in comparison to societal standards. So suggesting that the likes of a traditional marriage, maybe not your thing, or perhaps being in a relationship that is considered normal, again, maybe not your thing. And if it is the case that you're single and you don't necessarily desire a somewhat normal relationship by society standards, well, it just might be that you end up in some rather unique or disruptive partnerships. But what are some examples of how this might play out? Well, this could be the likes of relationships with zero strings attached, relationships that are long distance, relationships that are polyamorous, relationships that involve freedom, independence, and as much space as you want. Strong emphasis on you here. Or this may be that you friend zone others until you decide that, you know what, I will commit to this person. And so in this respect, you may keep others at a subconscious distance, at a subconscious arm's length, refusing to let someone else close enough to you. However, what if it is perhaps that you're an individual with these particular placements and you happen to be in a committed union? Well, this may suggest that part of your rebellion may involve unusual or quirky habits that you form with your partner whilst in a relationship, such as living in separate homes from one another, making an agreement that each party can sleep with someone else. I mean, Hugh Hefner, he had Uranus in his 7th house. Other examples could be you signing a contract of some sort that comprises of deal breakers between both parties. Or this may be that you're not really into celebrating anniversaries or milestones together, and so you're completely fine just doing your own thing with one another. Basically, part of your rebellion lies in developing unconventional attitudes within your mutually committed relationships. Maybe you even desire bringing in new inventions into the relationships that you have, or maybe you enjoy expressing your ideas and your insights towards your partner. because perhaps you often shock or surprise your partner for doing so. And so in this respect, you keep your partner on their toes, always guessing, always questioning you. Then again, it could be the other way around here, so the opposite approach where it's actually you who is continuously questioning your partner or your relationship, or maybe you subconsciously look to your partner to keep surprising you. And if your partner does not, then the relationship may pretty much be dead or lifeless, suggesting that if the spark or excitement isn't kept alive, you rebel. Now, this rebellion doesn't necessarily have to be you jumping ship or cheating. It could be something as simple as you going for a drive or for a walk instead of you expressing your feelings. Or this could be you coming across as rather heartless, cold, or unfeeling, and instead escaping into your mind. Again, much easier to do that than to express your feelings, right? Point being here, Uranus in the 7th house or Aquarius ruling the 7th house, if you ever feel like your relationships are stagnant, stale, or unstimulating, you may unconsciously or unknowingly do something as a way to shake things up and get things in motion again. And this right here perhaps is part of your revolution. It's part of your rebellion. And naturally, this doesn't have to necessarily just be towards your romantic committed relationships, but also towards your committed friendships as well. Okay, so looking at friendships here. And so in this respect, it may be a possibility that you're extremely attracted to someone who is not only your partner by normal standards, but also to somebody who is your friend at the same time. Could even possibly be here that you get into a committed relationship with someone who was your friend to begin with, so you enter into a union with a friend. Though still, when it comes to your friendly companionships overall, you may seek excitement, fun, adventure, mentally stimulating conversations, and so much required change. So if at any time you feel like you just hitting all these blockages with your friends, or like things aren't evolving in any way, you may quite possibly feel a strong urge to ditch or start a new friendship with someone else. After all, you're not one for developing an emotional connection, so what is it to you if you leave or somebody else leaves? Though, does that suggest that you don't feel anything, feel any emotion or pain or grief or regret from that particular ending? No. You feel it, but you just don't want others to see you feeling it. Though, having said that, I think that it really does depend on the situation as well. So, for example, if another individual tries to deny you your freedom, you might rebel and say, F you to that person. Or if another individual is deliberately controlling or really cruel and mean, again, you might rebel and refuse to talk to that particular person as well. Until, of course, they maybe give you a reason to do so. But if this is a situation where wires were just crossed, or there was misunderstandings between you and somebody else, well, sure, yeah, you might rebel, but you also might think over that relationship, because deep down there might be truth left unsaid. Truth that maybe you feel compelled to say. See, it could very well be here, Uranus in the 7th house, Aquarius ruling the 7th house, that you are used to experiencing breakups. Many breakups when it comes to your one-on-one relationships. Many blow-ups, explosions, so much uncertainty and so much restlessness. But why? Well, is it possible here that part of the reason for why you attract these types of relationships into your life is because you are unconsciously seeking independence and freedom? Do you unknowingly self-sabotage within your relationships because you don't want others getting close? And so naturally, these things can make it slightly difficult to be in a relationship with you because there is a lack of compromise or negotiation here. Then again, maybe your experiences of relationships are comprised of the whoops and explosions. And what I mean by this is that you may have experienced or went through the likes of divorced parents, or being separated from your parents, possibly dismissive behaviors from your childhood friends, or possibly feeling neglected or shut down for letting out a particular emotion whenever you were younger. Essentially, the relationships that you were exposed to when you were so young may have resulted in a subconscious thought that relationships always change in some way, or that relationships always suddenly come to an end. And so, as you grow older and you enter into a union of your own with somebody else, you desire that change. You desire that type of evolution, so to speak. And so there is this possible subconscious itch that you live with throughout your life. A rebellious itch at that is ready to come out whenever you're triggered. Another thing to mention here is that you may possibly overthink and overanalyze within your one-on-one relationships. You may constantly think of alternatives or new ways of approaching within your relationships, or new ways to make things exciting and stimulating. And if something feels unnerving, uncomfortable, unsettling within your relationship, maybe you're quite quick on the trigger to burst out and do something impulsive. And again, like I said, shocking, surprising. Now, when it comes to this house being the house of open enemies, well, someone may turn into your enemy or your opposition when they, maybe, examples here, when they don't treat you fairly or equally, or when another person overlooks your individual experience, or whenever another person calls you abnormal, weird, strange, or my personal favorite, a freak. These things might grind your gears and not sit very well with you because, well, the thing about this is that you might not actually like these qualities in other people because, to put it quite frankly, you might not like these qualities within yourself. Keeping in mind that the 7th house is a mirroring house. It's associated with qualities about ourselves that are more distant and removed from us. Meaning that when you treat someone else unfairly or with inequality, you don't like it. Or when you overlook another individual's experience by trying to talk about your own experience, you don't like it. Or when you look at someone else and you think they're weird, they're strange, what a freak, you don't like it. But what does this suggest about your rebellion? Uranus in the 7th house, Aquarius ruling the 7th house. Well, it suggests that part of your rebellion is involved with rebelling against these very things within yourself. Meaning that you will most likely rebel against others who bring out these unconscious tendencies or patterns within you. And so in this respect, you may quite possibly, unknowingly, see others as your opposition or as your competition when your unconscious hidden rebellion presents itself, further suggesting that you have the tendency of pushing other people away or ending important or meaningful relationships because of the unconscious or shadow part of you that makes it out that you're perfectly good on your own. Okay then, Cosmic Warriors, so that concludes my video on the revolution and the rebellion of those of you who have Uranus in your 7th house or Aquarius ruling your 7th house, along with an Aquarius Venus. Now again, make sure you comment down below how you rebel against authority, and also make sure to comment if you have any of these placements in order to really let me know what you thought of the video today. But with all that being said, thank you so much for watching, thank you for subscribing, and also make sure that you click that subscribe button if you have not already in order to keep up to date with further videos from myself, and also make sure you like the video. And I will be back with another video very soon. Bye!